Hey everyone, welcome to PlayJason. You could be anywhere in the world, but you are here, so thank you. My name is Jason. I write for guitar.com, the fretboard journal, and I'm also a co-host on Working Class Music. So on today's episode, we're diving into the history of the Squier Classic Vibe series, a lineup that has changed the perception of budget guitars forever. We'll explore how it started, how it's evolved, and why it's still a go-to choice for many players in 2025 or whatever year you're watching this. So let's get into it. The birth of the Squier Classic Vibe series. The Squier Classic Vibe series hit the scene in 2008, thanks in large part to Chris Gill, who became Squier's product manager after Justin Norville moved to a marketing role at Fender. The goal? To capture the essence of vintage Fender designs, but with an affordable price tag. It was originally supposed to launch in 2007 to celebrate Squier's 25th anniversary, but got delayed due to development issues. The wait proved to be worth it though. So let's talk about the first lineup. The original lineup paid tribute to iconic Fender models from the 50s and the 60s. In the original lineup, you had a 50s Duosonic, a 50s Telecaster, a 50s Stratocaster, then we move into the 60s era with a 60s Stratocaster, a 60s P-Bass, and yes, a 60s Jazz Bass. And in 2010, they expanded the lineup to include the Classic Vibe Telecaster Custom and a Telecaster Thin Line. This era really solidified Squier's reputation for high-quality instruments at very budget-friendly prices. So what made the first series so beloved? Two words: tone woods and craftsmanship. These models often featured rosewood fretboards and alder bodies, the same woods found in many classic Fender designs. Combined with vintage style pickups and hardware, they really nail the golden era Fender vibe. The Classic Vibe also saw a slew of special releases. In 2014, Squier released the 60th anniversary 50 Stratocaster to celebrate 6 decades of Strat history. This limited edition model quickly became a collector's favorite for its limited release and insanely high quality. The second Classic Vibe series. In 2019, Squier gave the Classic Vibe lineup a major overhaul. Production shifted to Indonesia due to rising production costs and import taxes in China. This lineup also expanded with models inspired by different decades. We got the inclusion of a 70s Telecaster and Stratocaster, more precision jazz and Jaguar basses, a Mustang bass, a Starcaster, a Bass 6, and the Jazzmaster and Jaguar with 60s and 70s specs. The series kept its vintage inspiration, but introduced some noticeable changes. New materials and build differences includes Fender-designed El Nico pickups and double-stamped Squier bridge saddles. But the wood choices also shifted as well. Bodies started using woods like Naoto or NATO, sometimes referred to as Eastern mahogany, soft maple, pine, and poplar. Rosewood fretboards were swapped for Indian laurel, which has a slightly lighter look and feel to it. While many players still love the series, some longtime fans felt it wasn't quite the same as the first run, if you will. Here's where it gets interesting. In 2020 to 2021, Fender ran into more production delays, this time in the Indonesia factory. To keep up with demand, they temporarily shifted some classic vibe production back to China. But get this, those models were built to the exact same second generation specs as the Indonesian ones. So no dip in quality, just a different production location. In 2022, Squier expanded the series even further with the classic vibe Baritone Custom Telecaster. With a 27-inch scale length, this baritone model paid tribute to the double-bound Telecasters of the 60s, but it was super perfect for low tunings and deep, rich tones. Over the years, both generations of the classic vibe have seen some incredible Fender Special Run models. These were limited editions made for specific retailers like Sweetwater, Anderton's, Chicago Music Exchange, and Guitar Center. Some of the coolest FSR models included the 50s and 60s Esquire in Lake Placid Blue and Dakota Red. If you spot one of these on the used market, grab it. Now in 2025, the Squier Classic Vibe series has firmly established itself as a staple for musicians. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro, the build quality, vintage vibes, and affordability makes these guitars a solid choice. So, is the Squier Classic Vibe series still worth it? If you're after vintage tones, classic looks, and a price tag that won't break the bank, absolutely. These guitars punch way above their weight class and prove you don't have to spend thousands of dollars to get thousands of dollars worth of tone. So, have you played a classic vibe? What's your take? First or second gen? Drop your comments down below. And if you found this video helpful, just like, subscribe, comment, of course ring the bell, all of that helps. Thank you for watching this episode of PlayJason, and laters.